All right, fellas, we've all been there before, right? You really want to ask her out. You've just been staring at your phone. You can't find the words. The sentences don't make sense in your head. So what do? Do you text her? Do you DM her? Do you call her? Do you say it in person? And when you do you keep it casual or do you make it clear that it's a date? I mean, you don't want to say the wrong thing. You don't want to come across as awkward. And you certainly don't want to kill whatever momentum you already have. So you hesitate. Now, this video is about those moments and how to handle it clearly. Now, why does this feel so hard? This moment feels much bigger than it should. Not because you're scared, but because your brain treats social uncertainty like risk. So even the most confident men overthink wording, rewrite and delete texts multiple times, add disclaimers, or wait too long. Not because they're weak, but because they care. You see, the problem is, attraction doesn't grow from overcaution. It actually grows with clarity. Now, why it's much harder today in modern reality, it's because most men aren't asking women out face to face anymore. We're texting, messaging on Instagram, messaging on Facebook, replying to stories, following up after just meeting one time. And the digital world today magnifies all the mistake. You see, too many messages feels needy faster, whereas vagueness can feel like you're putting in such low effort. Insecurity shows up in tone and timing. So the goal needs to stay simple, clear, calm, and direct. Now, the biggest mistake a lot of men make is turning that simple ask into a speech, right? They explain, they justify, they apologize for wanting her. They say things like, hey, I was just wondering if maybe you would want to possibly sometime grab a coffee, only if you're free, no pressure, totally understand if you're not. Thank you, have a great day. We've all sent those messages. I know for sure I have. But does that sound confident? Not really. It sounds a little more disrespectful. It sounds very unsure, and attraction doesn't respond to hesitation. Now, what women are actually responding to? You see, women aren't really grading your grammar. Obviously, some will. They're more reading your emotional steadiness, your self-trust, your comfort with the outcome. She's subconsciously asking, well, does he know what he wants? Is he grounded? Can he handle the answer either way? Now, confidence doesn't have to be loud. Confidence is calm. Now, a core formula to try to remember is every clean ask follows this. One line of warmth, one clear invitation, and one specific plan. Then you stop talking. You see, that's warm, direct, specific. Done. Okay, a quick disclaimer. A lot of my examples might sound like, let's grab a coffee, let's grab a drink. And you might be thinking, well, why not dinner? Why not games? Why not a barbecue? Why not take it to a concert or an event? Here's why. These early invitations aren't about impressing her. They're about low pressure and momentum. So coffee or a drink communicates short, casual, easy exit, no obligation. So subconsciously, again, she hears, well, this doesn't trap me, so this should be okay. Now, once you have that momentum, the activity can be whatever you want. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a couple of scenarios. This first one, I just want to get out of the way, as I feel in this day and age, this is what a lot of you may do. So let's just say you've never spoken to her before. And I personally think this is where a lot of men waste their energy. Here's the honest truth. Before she even reads your message, she's going to look at your profile. Now, she's quickly assessing, am I attracted enough to him? Does he seem normal? Is this someone that I would even reply to? So be honest with yourself. If you've never met her, there's no chemistry. You're going after someone that looks like a 10, and she's got endless options. And you're standing there looking in the mirror at a 2, 3, or 4, sending a random DM. 9.99.9 times out of 10, she's going to ignore you. Now, that's not cruelty. That is honest reality. Now, this scenario works much better if you are in the similar world, meaning you have something in common. She's not flooded with DMs. You may have engaged casually before. There has to be a potential, not a fantasy. Now, this is for all of you. This could be someone you've also never met, to someone that you've met briefly. If you do go on and write that DM, don't lead with compliments or asking her out straight away. You just want to open the door. Some examples are, hey, random, how's your week going? Quick question, is that place worth seeing? You seem very interesting. How did you get into that? Oh, wow, I'm into that too. I'd love to hear more about it. Avoid the obvious. You're so beautiful. Hey, queen. Oh my God, you're so gorgeous. Oh, I want you. Avoid those long paragraphs and sexual comments. Trust me. Now, if she does respond and there's a flow, you can lead with things like, hey, you seem easy to talk to. Let's grab a coffee this week. Wow, this is really fun. Let's continue it over a drink. I like your vibe. Coffee Thursday? Short, calm, and direct. And if she doesn't respond, you simply stop. No double texting, no guilt messages, no chasing. You do not want to be chasing a stranger. Now, scenario 2. Let's say you've met her already and there was chemistry. So you've talked, there was a vibe, some laughter, some easy back and forth. This is the cleanest situation to ask someone out. So let's say in person, you might say something like, I enjoyed talking to you. Let's grab a drink this week. Or, you're fun to talk to. Coffee Thursday? Text can sound something like, that conversation was really great. Let's continue it over coffee. I really like your energy. Drink this week? And whether it's an IG DM or any DM, something like, good meeting you earlier. Maybe let's grab a coffee this week? You're referencing a shared moment. So you're leading, not forcing. Okay, another scenario. Let's just say you've had a brief connection at a bar, gym, an event. You had a short interaction. Maybe a little smile, maybe a little moment. Follow up while it's warm. Hey, nice meeting you earlier. Let's grab a drink this week. Or good running into you. Coffee soon? And that's enough. Short and simple. All right, final scenario. Let's say you've been friends for a long time. You don't slide out of the friend zone. You step out of it. Now, you don't confess your feelings like it's a movie, so avoid things like, I've liked you for years. I really don't want to ruin our friendship, but I can't stop thinking about you. Instead, I've enjoyed our friendship, but I'm interested in seeing if there's more. Maybe we should go on a real date. And if she says no, got it, no worries, then adjust your behavior. That gives you more self-respect. Now, I've said a lot about coffee and drinks. So when do other invites actually make sense? Now, this is when your instincts need to be right. So for instance, dinner works well when you've already hung out and there's clear interest. Now, when there's that, you can say things like, I've really enjoyed our conversations. Let's grab dinner this week. You might want to invite her to games and activities. Now, this works well when there's playfulness and it matches your dynamic. An example, you said you're competitive. Well, let's settle it over some games. You mentioned you love arcades. Let's go. Group events. Group events isn't really a first date thing. It can be, but I wouldn't recommend it. They work when you already know her and there's some comfort. Example, hey, my friends are having a barbecue this weekend. Want to come with me? Keyword, with me. It's very important. Now ask her out in your own style. Don't copy lines that don't fit you. Now, if you're funny, you can approach it like, hey, we make each other laugh. Let's see if it survives coffee. If you're more calm, I really enjoyed talking to you. Let's grab a drink this week. If you're intellectual, you can say things like, our conversations are good. Let's continue one in person. Again, these are just examples, but the bottom line is, be yourself, just clearer. Okay, what not to say. Avoid long explanations, apologies, hypotheticals, hang out sometime with no plan. Bad examples. I've been thinking about this for a while. I don't usually do this, but look, you probably get this a lot. Clean beats clever. Now, the final reality check. Chemistry changes your league. If you work together, see each other often, have good conversations, make her laugh, your value rises incredibly. But if she's in a relationship or actively dating someone else, then you don't ask her out. That's not confidence. That's just a red flag on you. Now, the goal isn't to get every woman to say yes. The goal is to be a man who knows how to step forward, knows when to walk away, respects himself, and accepts the outcome. When you do that, asking out women stops feeling complicated, and it becomes simple And simplicity is very, very attractive. I'm Chris Hodgson, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.